link to help me mark more content. Make more content. But then if you click on it, it says coffee rub thingy.
Yeah.
But if the alert says click the link to help me make more content.
That's just the description.
Okay, that means for next time you know to change that.
Okay.
There's 3 people live already.
Really? I can see.
Yeah, but if the alert says click the link to help me make more content description. Okay, that means for
Oops.
next time you know to change that. Okay. There's 3 people live already.
We know that now, Joey.
Yeah, we figured that out.
And the dog. Well, we're gonna give him a bone. We're gonna give him a bone, Joey.
Throw our freaking bone here.
There we go. Peanut butter bone. Oh yeah. Boom. Where did I put my phone? Oh, here it is. Technology, am I right? Yep, Oliver. Everybody got their jelly jars? Hey, Instagram.
That's not Instagram.
That's Instagram. Wait.
No, it's RedEye.
That's
RedEye.
Facebook. My bad. Sorry. Too many jelly jars. Hey everybody, so we are just gonna wait a couple more minutes to, get everybody, into our little space here. If you're on RedEye Facebook, I'm also on Nikki Talks Food Facebook and also on YouTube, Nikki Talks Food. You can check the angles and see which angle you like better, but, just check it out. So let's see, we got a question. Angie, where am I? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So we had some technical difficulties starting out, but that's okay. We're gonna start right now. Gonna do this. Gonna do that. Bam. How's that? Can you guys see me on Facebook and YouTube and Facebook again? Hey Jesse. Hi Melanie. Hey Alex.
Can't see.
It's a virtual hangout. Which one?
YouTube. Unless I'm slow here. Oh, there we go.
Joey is posting something. It's a big, long... Hey, Amy. Hey, Rebecca. Okay, so everybody can see and hear. And Oliver is chewing a peanut butter bone, so hopefully he'll mellow out for a little bit. He's just a puppy, you know. He just is. He's very excited. I don't know. He's very talky. Hey, Jamie. Rhonda says she sees us on YouTube on the YouTube. Yes, excellent.
On the YouTube.
Miss Julianne, how you doing? So we have an exciting dinner tonight. We're making these really beautiful cast iron skillet, coffee rubbed, flat iron steaks. So I hope you guys have all your ingredients and stuff together. I'll go over what's in the meal kit real quick. Hey Nancy. Hey Nick. Nice to see y'all. Or I'm glad that you can see me. Emily's drinking White Russians. Okay. And let's see here. Damp paper towel on the mat. Yeah. So, all right. So in your meal kit, you have what are these things? Potatoes. Just kidding. So we have potatoes in your meal kit. They're already washed. The little paper towel was just to absorb any moisture so that you didn't have like wet vegetables and stuff in your bag. So it's just kind of like a little trick that we do to kind of keep things nice and clean. So they're already washed. It's up to you whether or not you want to peel them. I like mashed potatoes with the skins on, but you know, if you guys want to peel them, that's cool. You can do that too. You have Brussels sprouts, and again, these are washed already as well, but we're gonna trim them up together. You have cooking oil, just in case we need it. We might need it for a couple things. We have okay, so this is important, because our label person, my handwriting is really terrible, so, and I actually wrote on the au jus because it needed to be written, but, so the little one is half and half, and the big one is heavy cream. Okay, so the milky looking stuff, this is for the mashed potatoes. Sorry we didn't get a label on there. And the big one is for your sauce for your steaks. Okay, that's heavy cream. So there's a difference there. All right, and we'll go over it again, you know, in case you missed that. We have a little bit of au jus for the sauce. We might not use all of this, so that we can, you know, it depends on the thickness of the sauce. It does have gluten in it, so if you have a gluten allergy, leave it out. You might not need it because we'll have some, you know, jus rendered off the steak, but you guys know how I pack my own parachute, and I like to make sure that I have exactly what we need, and we may need this, we may not need this. So the au jus does have gluten in it, and it says it on the lid as well. You have your steak rub. So this is what we're gonna rub on our steaks, and it does have coffee in it. It's divine. It's got a little kick to it, a little spice, but not too much. I don't really like uncomfortable spicy stuff, but you do need a little bit of a kick. Balsamic is for our Brussels sprouts. You also have a couple pieces of bacon already ready to go. We're gonna cut those up together. That's for your Brussels sprouts. Little Parmesan cheese for your mashed potatoes. And then the belle of the ball is these beautiful steaks, and these are flat iron steaks, and I'll show you exactly where they come from. You know, on the cow, on the primal cuts. Well, I'll put up a little graphic in a little while because I figured out how to do that this week, so I just thought I'd, you know, show off a little bit. So that's our meal kit. And oh, and you have a big stick of butter. Okay, so this is an interactive cooking class, and we're gonna cook this stuff together in real time. So I haven't done any prep. The only prep I've done is what you know, the washing and things like that, but you know, that's pretty much it. So let's take a minute. Tracy can't hear us on Facebook.
I said that maybe she's on mute, or she could message us back to let us know.
How about now? Apple pie moonshine is what Rebecca's drinking. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay, Emily's not drinking White Russians, it's Joey.
Oh, that makes more sense.
That makes more sense. Okay, so Tracy, give us a shout if you can't hear us. We may be having difficulties, I don't know. It's technology just kind of... You can hear us, Jesse, what are you on? You're on Facebook on RedEye, okay. So if you can't hear on my page, maybe switch on over to Daniela. Okay, are you on RedEye's or my?
Danielle's
Which is
on yours.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so we might be all right.
And Jamie says I can hear you fine.
Okay, cool. So you guys can hear me. Tracy, maybe try to turn your volume up, or we'll try and troubleshoot it that way. Okay, so you guys have cooked with me a couple of weeks now. Oh, you switched to your phone. Okay, great. You cooked with me a couple of weeks now. So what's my rule about how we start a meal? What's the very first thing we do? Does anybody remember? Don't all shout at once. It's like teaching again. That's right, it's the carbohydrates. We make the carbohydrates first. So we're gonna knock out our potatoes for our mashed potatoes. So hopefully you guys have a pot that you can cook your potatoes in. I just have this. This one's a really big pot, but we don't need this huge pot. If you have a smaller one, that's okay. But you're gonna put room temperature water in it, and it's up to you whether or not you want to peel your potatoes. So I'm gonna peel them. I'm not usually a potato peeler kind of gal, but I want to kind of give everybody a chance to cook along. So if you're peeling, I'm peeling too, baby. All right. This is my favorite kind of peeler. It's a heart peeler. See that? It's more convenient than any other peeler I've ever used.
Just wash your hands.
Wash my hands?
Yeah.
I wash my hands already. I'll wash them again. I'm gonna go wash my hands. All right.
Everybody, wash your hands.
Here we go. We're gonna wash our hands now.
Amy said mise en place. She's happy about the mise en place.
Mise en place. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay. Hands are washed.
Thanks, Jessie.
Thanks, Jessie. All right. Here we go. So I'm gonna peel these potatoes. You guys can peel them along, and we're just gonna get all the gnarly bits off. So the rule with cooking vegetables is that if it grows underground, you start with room temperature water. A lot of people will start with boiling water when they make mashed potatoes, and that is the exact opposite you should do. So if it grows underground, if it's a root vegetable, you start with room temperature water, and then you add your potatoes to it and bring it up to a boil. And the reason why is if this water was already boiling and we put our potatoes in the water, the outside will cook super fast and the inside will cook super slow, and then we have fuzzy potatoes on the outside, and now on the inside it's still a little bit, it's undercooked. So in order for it to cook uniformly, we start with room temperature water. So that's exactly what I have. I don't have any pre-boiled water or anything like that, so that's what we're doing. And this meal kit sold out before the week even started, so this was a popular one. All right, so there's our first two taters. And I hope you guys are at home with your families and having a good time and hanging out. And I hope you're giving each other jobs to do, like, okay, Billy, you peel the potatoes, I'll do the steaks, because that's the fun part of it, is cooking together, so that we can all kind of feel connected. This is my favorite part of the week, is hanging out with you guys.
Gee, thanks.
Oh, my wife's offended now.
Alex says, do you use filtered water when boiling?
You can use filtered water. It all depends. I mean, Tallahassee has pretty good water. Us personally, in our own home, we have a whole house filter, so we don't have to filter it. But at like the restaurant stuff and cooking commercially, we don't. Sometimes we had a whole restaurant filter, and sometimes no.
Danielle wants to know a potato question. Should the dark spots be removed?
Yeah. Okay. So check this out. On your peeler, there's always this little eye right here, this little loop. Can you see that little guy? So that is for removing the eye. So check this out. You scoop it out like that. Bam, gone. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, so scoop that little eyeball out.
Patty said, never knew about the water thing. Great info.
Yeah, it's It's a chef's trick. So if the sun shines on the vegetable naturally, like broccoli, spinach, those are cooked in boiling water first. So you boil the water first. So root vegetables, we start with room temperature water. With vegetables that the sun shines on, like broccoli, green vegetables and peas and things like that, you start with boiling water.
Alex said, I know filtered water isn't necessary. I just use our filtered water for cooking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's personal, personal preference, I guess. All depends on what you like.
Daniela says, do you have to take out the brown spots?
They can be kind of bitter. Definitely don't want it, if there's a sprouting out, that's definitely a little plant, you don't want that. But I just take them out because it makes it taste better. Okay, so now our next goal is to cut these guys up uniformly. That way we don't have little small potato pieces cooking super fast and then the big chunks cooking kind of slow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it in half. Then I'm gonna cut it into just kind of like little half moon guys like that. Kind of thin, it's like a half an inch thick. This way they cook fast. We want to get dinner on the table. I'm sure you guys are starving. And see, I have a little bit of you don't know what's in the potato till you open it up. This brown, I'm going to scoop that out. Get that out of there. How was everybody's day today? Mine was good. We had Chef Shack for lunch. So Chef Shack is a Tallahassee legend. She is a fantastic local chef. She's been on Chopped before and won, and she's on Chopped again. They're having I think it's next week on the 5th, or maybe it's the 7th. I think it's the Thursday, or I don't remember. It's next week. They're having a viewing party, and so I'm gonna encourage you guys to support Chef Shack on her competition on the Food Network, man. That's our own one of our own chefs, from Tallahassee. So it'll be cool to see her doing her thing again. But she did a little catering thing today and a little drive-through pop-up, and I had some jerk chicken and it was phenomenal. So when she does those pop-ups, you gotta get that, so go to her page, Chef Shack, SHAC, and when she pops up with little her little pop-ups, you guys gotta try it. She's phenomenal. A little spicy, these soul rolls. I think they had like collard greens in them and stuff. They're fried like hush puppies. Freaking amazing. Okay, so now our potatoes, they're gonna go in our room temperature water. Everybody still with me?
Rhonda said Thursday's my favorite day. I get to go to RedEye, plus I get my meal kit.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm going to pour out a little bit of water because I have way too much water in here. And we're going to put that to boil. So potatoes are now on the stove. You can add a little salt to your water if you want to. We're going to season, afterwards as well. So it's up to you. So the next thing we're going to tackle is our Brussels sprouts.
Jesse says, I may or may not have stopped by Soto for a half dozen donuts when I picked up my meal kit.
Oh my
I
God.
think you should share with your in-laws.
I know, right? We're just right down the street. All right, so I have a bowl
Alex
to
says
put
she's-
my trimmed Brussels sprouts in.
Alex says she's still cutting.
Still what?
Cutting.
Still cutting. That's cool, baby. You cut. We'll wait. What else we got? I think I see both chats on here. See, the thing is with this like streaming stuff is sometimes you have like the wires, they don't connect. They stay unconnected, and there's no way to tell.
Mary has a question.
What's up?
She said, how do you keep Brussels sprouts from stinking up the house?
I don't boil my Brussels sprouts. I roast them. And I mean, they are, in the cruciferous vegetable category, which is, encompasses, cabbage and stuff. I can't control what comes off of the the Brussels sprout. It's just I think, the best way to combat that smell is by cooking it with bacon. Like that's what we're gonna do, just kind of fight fire with fire. So that's the goal here. All right, so if you have looking ahead, you don't have a cast iron skillet, that's fine. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, you can use any skillet you have. You can use stainless steel, green pan, whatever you got is fine.
Alex says she's done.
Alex is done. All right, so here's our brussies, and we are just going to trim the end off, and we're going to cut them in half so that they cook quickly. So that's it right there, in half. In half, cut the little knob off. This little guy, he's bitter. Get him out of there. And then we cut them in half. The little ones, like, because, they sometimes have different sizes in the bag. So if it's little, you can leave it whole if you want. And if you have any little, like, gnarly leaves, take those off. But if leaves fall off, roast them along. Like these guys that just fell off, I'm putting it all in the pan, in the bowl here. And the reason why is I love little crispy roasted, beautifully roasted Brussels sprout leaves, man, and they're crunchy. Oh, I love that. So, I'm leaving my little leaves in there that are okay, But if they're brown and stuff, don't do it. I want to give a shout out, if he's watching, to Mr. Ambrose, little buddy. And I want to give a shout out to Henry and Abigail. And I thank you guys for joining me every week. It's a fun time, so I hope you guys are watching and cooking along and learning some stuff about food science and all that. So thanks for joining me, guys. Also want to give a shout out to Barbie Morrow from RedEye Coffee, who has, we partnered up for this, weekly meal kit, and there's some logistics that go into this, like dealing with vendors and stuff. And right now, look at this tiny little one. See, I'm gonna leave this guy whole because I'm just gonna eat that. Especially right now, since it's kind of like hard to get certain things. We do a little bit of running around, every week and stuff. It's all worth it because we love hanging out with you guys. But I just want to give a shout out and say that I just appreciate all the effort and, time that Barbie puts into the meal kits with the social media stuff, and also Max as well. Max is my homeboy. We put these together, so it's a good team. Super fortunate to have found so many fantastic businesses to work with in Tallahassee. It's like everybody just kind of is on the same path of hey, let's help each other out and kind of support each other rather than holding each other back. And I think that's really hard to find in certain communities. In more metropolitan areas. We're in between, so I really love that about Tallahassee. I have no intention of leaving here ever. I love this town. I came here 7 years ago and I ain't leaving. All right, so Brussels are done. Potatoes are on.
All right, a couple comments.
Comments, okay, slow it down.
Bounce Luis Vargas says, embrace the scent of those Brussels.
Embrace it. Combat it with bacon. That's what I say.
Actually, Julie says, I was taught to put a slice of bread on top of the Brussels sprouts when steaming or boiling to take out the odor.
Ooh, a slice of bread. That's interesting. Thank you, Julie, for adding that. I would have never known that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we should do an epic DJ Bounce shout out.
Oh, epic DJ Bounce shout out. So DJ Bounce every Friday, which is tomorrow, he does a happy hour. He spins fantastic freestyle and sometimes 90s music. I think this week is freestyle, right?
I think it's freestyle.
Yeah, and it's a fun time. It's 5 o'clock, so it's happy hour. Me and Jen dance around and stuff, and it's like the perfect end to the week. So we love DJ Bounce for doing that every week because it helps with just like lifting your spirits. Music is life, right? All right, we're moving on to the bacon.
He also incorporates his wife and his 2 little kids.
He does. He's a family man. So the baby and little Violet, and his wife, they all dance around and stuff, and it's super cute. So you guys should definitely watch. Oh, Chef Shane in the house. Oh man, right on, man. I'm blessed and fortunate that you're watching, man. I appreciate you joining us.
Rebecca says, I hope you continue after COVID.
Yeah, that's me too. Like, I really enjoy this. This is like the greatest part of my week. Well, I mean, like, besides hanging out with my wife every single day, which I love. But I think this is really fun. Like these kids are cool because they're already prepped and stuff, and we hang out, and I really love it.
Daniela wants to know where you're from.
I'm from South Florida. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, a little town called Cooper City in Southwest Broward. And but now I'm here, Tallahassee.
Alex wants to know, back to the cooking, how do you wash veggies? Just rinse with water or soak?
You just rinse with water. Sometimes if they're really dirty, you can, add a little vinegar, and that'll take some of the, yucky stuff off. Like sometimes there's waxy stuff on the outside of vegetables, so, you can use a little vinegar, a little white vinegar.
And Corinda says, yes, keep going. This is the best. Love learning about food science.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this is my jam. I love teaching about food science, so we're gonna get it. I'm gonna show you. I can't wait to put my graphic up. Like,
I was gonna say, there's a lesson coming.
There's a lesson. It's always a teachable moment here in Nikki's kitchen. Okay. All right, we're on to the bacon. So we got this beautiful bacon. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it in half, and then I'm gonna stack it on top of itself. And I just want kind of like little cubes, and I want them kind of small, because I want this to cook fast, and I want it to be crispy, and I want it to behave how I want it to behave. So, so I'm gonna force it to by making it real small. And yes, Jesse, after we cut this bacon, we're gonna wash our hands. All right, so that gets tossed in with our Brussels. Happy. And get rid of this board. Now we are going to put, you have a little container of pro seasoning. We'll just do a little shake on top, maybe like half a teaspoon, because we have some salt in the bacon, so we don't want it too salty. Then we are going to put our balsamic. I gave a generous amount. We might not use it all, just kind of. Oh yeah, we should use it all. Whatever. YOLO, right? This is COVID-19. We do whatever we want. Give it a toss. Since my hand's already bacony, I'm gonna keep it all bacony. Oh man, this is gonna be stupid good. Stupid good. Okay, so you guys know my little trick with my sheet trays. I like to do a half sheet tray. I put foil on it, and then I put a piece of parchment paper. I bought 1,000 sheets of parchment paper from Brown's the other day. Best thing I did, all week long. Because I use it for everything. It helps everything not stick, and I don't like my food touching aluminum because I'm like concerned about consuming aluminum in my bloodstream and things like that. So that's why I do that. So now I'm going to spread that out evenly, and make sure that your bacon is kind of exposed, because we want it to cook really well. But we didn't put any oil or anything in here because that bacon fat's going to do something called rendering down. It's going to go from solid to liquid, and it will crisp up. So, you know, about 10 minutes in, we're going to toss these around. So, oh, I forgot to preheat the oven. Oopsie. We'll pop them in the oven as soon as that's preheated. 375 is good. 400 is good. That's fine if you like it a little bit more crispy. I think I might missed a couple of.
Tracy wants you to repeat the seasoning, please. She said.
How much?
She just said repeat seasoning.
Oh, repeat seasoning. So the pro seasoning, we did about a quarter of a teaspoon. Not too much. We're gonna taste it once this is cooked. We're gonna taste it so that we make sure that we don't over salt it because there's salt in the bacon. So you're just gonna put, maybe an eighth of a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon, no big deal. Okay, so while our oven is preheating, which I made a big boo-boo by not doing that, that's okay. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Baba's in the house.
Baba!
She said sorry for being late.
It's okay, Baba. We love you. We miss you.
Rhonda said thanks for the knife lesson Tuesday. It will help.
Yeah, cool. Ollie's eating frozen carrots because he won't shut up. I don't know, man. Some days he's not as barky. It just seems that every time that I try and live stream, he's like warms up his pipes and he's like me 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 me. So, all right, how we doing? Okay, so I posted we had a little recipe mishap. Your recipe for your Brussels sprouts might have the method of prep for the salad from last week, and that's okay. I put it on my Facebook page. I put the recipes on my Facebook page, Nikki Talks Food. But basically, for the Brussels sprouts, you have your Brussels sprouts cut in half. Where are they at? Here they are. We toss them in a bowl with the balsamic vinegar that's in your kit. Cut up bacon, little chunks of bacon, a little bit of pro seasoning, toss it all up, and just put it on a sheet tray. That's all. It's super easy. And if you don't have that recipe, you can go on my Facebook page. So here we go. Yeah, coat them with the balsamic before we roast. Chef Christine, Marcelo, Perry. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for watching in the kitchen, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting this little thing we do every week. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to our steaks. So you're doing parchment paper over the. Yes, I do. That's what I do. That's just my little trick. Is I like putting foil and then I put parchment paper, and it saves me on dishes and stuff. So because I don't have any leakage or anything like that, and all I gotta do is take that off, and I have my pans stay nice, and I'm not sitting there scrubbing pots and pans. That's just my little trick.
Alice wants to know oven at what temperature?
Oh, 375. Oven at 375.
For the Brussels, just oil, seasoning, bacon, and Brussels so far, right? You saved the balsamic for the end.
Nope, balsamic goes right on there. Everything together. Okay, let's do a feelings check-in. How are we feeling? Should I slow down? I'll slow down. Drink this wine.
Sip.
Sip. I'm gonna put up my cow graphic now. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I do this right. Can you guys see that? On my, you can't see it on the RedEye page, but you can see it on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. So you should see a cow. I'm gonna pet the cow. Can I see that cow? See the cow? Everybody see the cow? Tell me you can see the cow. Forgot to oil on. Okay, that's okay. You don't need Amber. You don't need oil on the Brussels sprouts because the fat from the bacon is gonna render down, so it'll be fine. Oliver's barking again. We're gonna give him a peanut butter bone. Okay. Okay, Rhonda, you see the cow? Tell me you can see the cow. Oh, you see the cow. Okay, great. Okay. All right, so this is a cow. Wait, it's on this side. Okay, this is the primal cuts of a cow. Okay, and you can see where steaks come from. There's the tenderloin and the sirloin. But what we're really focused on is right here. Wait, point to myself. There it is. Right there, the chuck. The chuck. Okay, the chuck is the shoulder. It's an exercised cut of meat. So what that means is that it's usually very tough. And we grind burger meat from the chuck, or we cook it for low and slow for a really long time. We do what's called a chuck roast. You smoke it, that sort of thing. But there is these flat iron steaks comes off the very top, which is right there at the top of the shoulder, because it is less exercise. So this used to be a cut of meat that the butcher would take home. They'd be like, that's for me, and they would take it home, and that was like, the butcher's cut. But now, and this kind of steak, and also the hanger steak. The hanger steak hangs in the front of the cow's sternum, so there's only one of those. You can get one or two of those hanger steaks off the front, and that used to be a cut that the butcher would take home. And now they sell them, and this is an incredibly flavorful steak because it's exercised. It's an exercised cut, and it's tender. It cuts like a steak and eats like a steak. So it's very underrated. It's a super interesting cut. You don't really see it a lot in grocery stores. So that's why I was so excited to get this for you guys. So this is what we got. We have these are called flat iron steaks. And if you've cooked with me before, you know my little trick. I like paper towels because I dry all my meat. And I'm gonna pop my Brussels sprouts in. Cook them for 10 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Sorry if I get you guys Alexas to go off.
10 minutes, starting now.
Thanks, girl. Check on my potatoes. No, still firm. Still firm. That's good. Where's my scissors?
Jessie says her potatoes are done.
They're done? She's got some fast cooking potatoes. All right, so these are called cryovac bags, and we're going to take our steaks and put them onto paper towel because we dry our steaks so that we don't boil the moisture on the outside of the steak. That's where most people mess up when they make proteins is they end up, boiling the outside liquid. So we go ahead and we dab that liquid off.
Julie said her Alexa set her timer too.
Sorry. Well, everyone's timer's set now, so you're welcome.
Rhonda says, ever since I learned from you about drying protein,
Yeah.
much more successful.
Great success. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like cooking 101. Once you learn that, you're like, oh my God. Then you learn about caramelization, and life is much better after that. So.
Daniela wants to know how long the Brussels sprouts go in the oven for.
So we're doing 10 minutes. We're going to stir it, and then we'll do probably another 10 minutes.
Tyler C says, pat, pat, pat.
Yeah, pat, 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 baby. Pat them dry. So there they go. It's an exercised cut. Real flavorful. There's a lot of myoglobin. It's not blood, it's myoglobin comes off of there. Dry them off. We got a little bit of fat to render down. You guys are in for a treat.
Tom Cleaver joined just in time.
Hey, Tom Cleaver. All right, so now we're going to rub our steaks. Oliver's already finished his third peanut butter bone. Smell that coffee. It's gorgeous. And we're going to rub our steaks with that beautiful rub. Fun stuff. There's everything you need to season the steak is in this rub. There's salt, there's pro seasoning, there's coffee, there's chili powder. It's fun stuff. And we're going to season both sides because nobody likes one-sided tasting food. Yeah, Tyler, the Maillard reaction. That's exactly what we're looking for. Caramelization of sugar in the presence of protein. That's what it is. That's what the Maillard reaction is. And it is the stuff dreams are made of. All right, so we got our steaks all rubbed up. Move that aside. Wash my little paws. Throw some stuff away. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I'll give you a topic.
Yeah.
My reaction.
Okay. And now it's time to get the burner out. I'm going to check my potatoes. Oh, let me take this cow out of the way. Let's get this cow out of here. Okay, there he goes. And then bam. Nope. Bam. Nope. This, like that. And then there he goes. Cow left. Cow's gone now. Seasoning is not spicy, like it's not like overly spicy. It does have a little kick to it, but I don't like uncomfortably spicy food. The cow, Tom, I'm learning about technology. Rocking the bobs. These are my cooking slippers at home because why would I wear shoes? Here's my cast iron skillet. I'm going to start preheating it. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to check my potatoes. Maybe you guys want to check yours too. Oh yeah, they're done. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drain my potatoes.
How do you know if they're done?
The way that you know that potatoes are done is they're soft, so you can break them apart really easily. Slip the fork tines through the potato very easily. If you feel any give back, then they're not done. But we are done.
Tyler wants to know, what do you think of the reverse sear theory, or sous vide to a certain temp on your proteins and then sear before service?
Okay, I don't personally do sous vide. And the reason why is I have kind of like a hang up on cooking my food in cryovac plastic bags. So it's just not something I've been trying to rationalize cooking in the plastic. Now, then I think to myself, how many other, like we just took those steaks out of plastic bags, this stuff is meased out in plastic bags, so, but you have the heat on the outside of the bag penetrating the protein, and so just for health reasons I try and I have not gone down that rabbit hole. I know I just very easily could. It does work. So to answer your question on whether or not it's a real thing, it is a real thing and it really works. So sous vide is cooking under vacuum in a cryovac bag, so vacuum sealed bag. You vacuum seal the protein, you cook it slowly in a circulating water bath, and it maintains flavor and juiciness of proteins. So, but I do see a lot of people cooking like chuck roasts and stuff like that for 36 hours at 135 degrees, which is the temperature danger zone. So that I can't rationalize either, because you may be growing bacteria. So I don't know. I can't. The science part of my mind is like, why would I do that? And then the chef part of my mind is because it's delicious. So like that's the duality of my brain, and I don't know. Like I would like to do it, but I haven't been able to go over that threshold and say this is okay.
Tyler says, I understand the heat in the plastic and...
Heat and plastic, yeah, and also temperature danger zone for too long. It just freaks me out. Like, I just don't want... See, yeah, again, like Chef Dan says it's cooking without soul. And I understand that because it's like, the machine is like kind of doing it for you. So, I don't know, guys, I don't know. It's kind of a topic that makes me think, and then like, I get upset about it, or I'm like, what's my problem? Why can't I do it? And then you know. It's a weird thing.
Alex wants to know, I'm so curious, grass-fed or grain-fed beef and why?
I personally don't like grass-fed beef. Hold on a second, Alex. Let me just get rid of these potatoes. This is dangerous stuff. Okay. Let's mash these potatoes before we go on to the steaks. So, okay, I don't like grass-fed beef because I don't like the taste of it. You know, it's all, you know, depending on your preference. Some people prefer the grass-fed because of, you know, environmental reasons, you know, the grazing and stuff like that. But I don't have like a solid answer and say this is what you should have and this is why. I think that people have different reasons for why they choose the type of proteins that they're choosing right now. You know, if that makes sense. Hey Barbie! Welcome to the party. All right, are we ready to mash these potatoes? You guys with me on this?
Crickets.
Crickets. That's okay.
Maybe they're busy.
Okay, that's all right. If you're busy, I get it. So, for the potatoes, I'm going to put a half a stick of butter. And I just drained the potatoes. I have this potato masher. It's old school. You can use whatever you want. If you have a ricer and you want to use that, use the ricer. If you have a food mill and you want to use that, use the food mill. I just would not recommend putting this into a food processor or a KitchenAid stand mixer or something like that, because what happens is the cells of the potato will break down. Oh, Alexa, stop. The cells of the potato will break down, and then you will have too much liquid involved with the carbohydrate, and it will turn kind of pasty. So you're going to want to mash these or food mill them, or, you know, I use this guy. This is old timey, man. So we got our butter in there. I'm going to put half of this, half and half, because I think it's just too much. And I did put a little surprise amount of Parmesan cheese in there, so that's what we call surprise cheese. You guys don't know what that is, so, you know, just like, I just invented it, that's why. And then a good amount of pro seasoning, and you can taste that when you're done. Make sure that it has the right amount of seasoning, so you can always revisit that, but you can't go backwards. So it's better to put a little less than what you need than it is to put way too much, and then you're like, oh my god, this is too salty. So we got these mashed potatoes. This is our arm workout for the day, and these guys can just kind of like hang out while we do the rest of the meal. I always like to do the carbohydrates first because they take the longest, and 9 times out of 10 they can kind of sit there while you're doing other stuff. So get them all mashed up. I'm going to add a little bit more of this half and half because delicious, that's why. I love potatoes. Okay, that's that. I'm going to add more pro seasoning later if I want to, but for now, that's out of the way. It's done. Okay. Are you guys ready to stir your Brussels sprouts? I am. I'm going to stir my Brussels sprouts right now. Yo, look at that. Those are mega. Use my spatula. Give them a little stir. Got all that bacon flavor. Got the balsamic, the pro seasoning. Oh man, these are going to be stupid good.
Robbie wanted to know how much butter in the mashed potatoes. So.
I put a half a stick. Okay, stirred them around, back in. Another 10 minutes. And we're on to the steaks. So I will give you guys a little time to catch up.
Jared says, I like to throw some rosemary in my mashed.
Yeah, throw some rosemary. I like Parmesan cheese because it is got something called L-glutamine in it. It's an amino acid that makes you taste protein. Like it's just an all-over palate sensation that is really, really good. So I just love that little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Liz said, have you ever used canned evaporated milk in your mashed potatoes?
That's a good one. A lot of folks do canned evaporated milk for their mac and cheese. Now he's just coming back because he knows that we got peanut butter bones every 5 minutes. So sorry for my puppy barking. He is he's only 5 months, and he has found his voice, and he's demand barking a lot, and we know what that is, and we're aware of it. We're trying to mitigate the bark damage, but we just keep putting down peanut butter bones and frozen carrots and stuff like that. But last week he slept, so thank God, like he slept through our live stream last week, which was great. But he's up this week, so sorry for that. Fillets. Are those fillets? These are flat iron steaks. Flat iron. Come from the chuck. They have a coffee rub on them, and they're ready for the pan. You guys with me? You guys ready to move on to the, actually, no, right with you. My cooking skills are picking up. All right, okay, cool. So we're gonna put, I have a cast iron skillet. You can use whatever kind of pan that you have, but I'm gonna just put a little bit of this oil in, and I'm gonna grab a tongs, and we're not gonna put anything into this pan. No steaks are gonna hit this pan until this pan is smoking hot, because we want caramelization. We don't want boiled meat. You know, we took special care to dry off this meat so that it is nice and kind of tacky, so that when it hits the pan, there's no moisture. It's a truly dry cooking technique. So we have a good sear, and it is nice and caramelized. And what we say is no gray meat, right? No one wants gray meat. It's not pretty. Yeah, our doggy, he slept through the storm last week. He was he's not bothered by thunder. He is bothered by garbage trucks, though. That really freaks him out. So we're still trying to get to know this little guy. We've had him for 2 months. Somebody abandoned him in a field in Georgia, and they brought him to us, and they were like, you know, and we said, I mean, how can we say no? So, you know, he's barky, but we're gonna fix that. Hopefully we'll figure out how to keep him quiet. Oh, the potatoes. You want to see my potatoes? They look like this. Here's my potatoes. Nice and creamy looking. Just, you know, mashed up with the half and half and the pro seasoning. You know, you have a little bit of lumps in there. But that's okay. That's home style. Now my pan is smoking, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my steaks. And I want to hear the sizzle. Okay, if you don't hear that sizzle, you're not doing it right. Okay, and I probably will set off the smoke alarm. Wait for the pan to heat, okay? All right, so we got these beautiful steaks, and they're cooking. And if you see on your recipe, you'll see what temperature to cook these to. I cook my steaks to 125 degrees. That's what I prefer. And then what I do is, when we let them rest, they cook up some more. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cook mine to 125 degrees. If you like it more medium, you know, you want to do 135 degrees. If you want, you know, medium well, 145 degrees. Well done is like 155. Okay, I will slow down, Corinda. You guys see these beautiful steaks? And I have a thermometer, and I'm going to use this. If you don't have a thermometer, you can do this little trick, okay? If you do your pinky to your thumb, and you feel the palm of your hand, that's well done. If you do your ring finger to your thumb, that's about medium well. If you do your middle finger to your thumb, that's about medium rare. And if you do your index finger to your thumb, that is rare. I'm going to go ahead and flip them over. And since these are kind of, they're flat, because they're flat iron, they're going to cook really fast. And we're going to put them on a plate to let them rest. $125 is considered rare, Beth, but if you let it rest under plastic wrap, it'll go to medium rare. So it's a warm, cool to warm red center. Beautiful stuff. Everybody's smoke alarm going off yet? Emily, if your potatoes aren't creamy, add more half and half and just keep mixing them. But don't mix them too much because you'll over whip them and then they get gluey tasting. Medium and medium well, right on. I'm a medium rare kind of gal. These are pretty rare still. I can feel them. I lost my, so my wife usually does the moderating, but she's outside trying to run Ollie out a little bit. So if I miss a comment, we'll go back and answer your questions. Jared likes his steaks rare. I mean, I like a black and blue steak too. Let's see. Chimichurri. I love chimichurri sauce. Good time of year for chimichurri.
I don't know any added fat or oil straight into the pot.
Want to know what?
Any added fat or oil just straight into the smoking hot cast iron.
Yeah, we do this little oil that came with your, it's just an olive oil and canola oil blend, and I just put a couple tablespoons. All right, I'm gonna put these guys in the oven. And that's gonna give me a chance to stir my Brussels sprouts around again. I flipped my steak, Rhonda. I did. And I'm gonna stir around these Brussels sprouts. I like them kind of crispy and caramelized, so even though they look pretty done, I'm gonna keep them going. So I put my steaks in the oven. If you don't have an oven-safe pan, you can transfer your steaks to a baking sheet or a casserole dish. But I don't want to smoke my house out too much. Okay, how long do they stay on the pan? That depends on how much you want them cooked. So I'm gonna cook mine to 125 degrees. So I'm just gonna finish them in that pan in the oven, and I don't know, maybe another 5 minutes. Happy cooking, gonna start dinner. Oh, okay, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, Jared.
I don't know if you missed this or not. Tyler says, I assume it browns as it will release.
As it will what?
I assume as it browns, it will release.
Tyler, we don't understand your question. Maybe like try again.
Sarah said, how long do they stay on the pan on the stove?
Just as long as you want them cooked. So I'm finishing mine in the oven. You can keep them on the stove top if you want. I just didn't want to continue to smoke out my house and stuff like that, and you may want to do the same. That's why I recommend a oven-safe pan, so you can just pop them in the oven. If you don't have an oven-safe pan, just put them on a baking sheet or a casserole dish, and pop that in the oven and keep your pan out. Can we just keep them in the pan? Yeah, you can keep it in the pan on the stove, absolutely. You can even cover it up so that it cooks faster. That's fine. You know, there's a little bit of creative leeway on this dish as far as how to finish it off. So, easy peasy. Let's see. Yeah, we don't we don't want the fire trucks coming, do we, Rhonda? Okay, how we doing? Guys, got any questions? How we doing? Everybody's cooking away, I guess, because it's quiet on the front, and Oliver is playing catch with Jen because he needs to burn off some puppy energy. And again, I apologize for the barking. We're just we're gonna figure something out. We loaded up some treats and he ate them all like really super fast. So he ate like 3 bones with peanut butter. He's just crazy right now. This is his witching hour. He just goes bananas between like 6:30 p.m. and 9 o'clock. He's just too hard to handle. But
Inconsolable.
yeah, he's inconsolable. But it's puppy energy, so it is what it is. We're gonna figure it out. Okay, let's see here. All right, so I'm gonna see what temperature my steaks are at. And I'll pull my brussies out because they look done. Okay. Couple more degrees, about 10 more degrees. Maybe this one might be oh yeah, I'm gonna pull mine. All right, so now we're gonna let them rest. And while they're resting, we will make our sauce. So look at these. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful stuff. So to let them rest, we are going to put some plastic wrap over the dish. And so there we go, plastic wrap over our dish so our steaks can rest, and then we'll put a towel over the top of that as well. So we got a towel on the top of our plastic wrap covered steaks, and they are resting. And the reason why we let them rest is so that the molecules are so excited from cooking that you have these hot molecules. They're so excited that if you cut that steak when those molecules are excited, it is going to bleed out all your juice, and then it'll be a dry steak. So you let it rest so the molecules have a chance to settle down. You guys ready to make this sauce, or do you want me to slow down? Yeah, you can cook a sirloin just I cook every steak the same exact way. I prefer a steak in a skillet to a steak on the grill. I don't like it as much on the grill. I like it in the skillet. Okay, so Daniela says, so we did 2 steaks at a time and we are going a bit behind. Once the others are ready, we will combine All of them, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you can sear them in the pan and then put them on a sheet tray and then make the sauce in the pan if you want as well. Daniela says slow down. Okay, we're gonna slow down. I'm getting text over here too. Let's see what this text says. Okay, that's okay. All right, Alex, would putting them inside the microwave do the same thing? No. Oh, okay, yeah, you could just let them rest on a plate, or yeah, and I turned off microwave. You can put them in the microwave and don't turn it on. What's my favorite cut of meat? I really like these flat irons, but my go-to is a New York strip. That's my go-to. It has that little knob of fat on the end. It's my favorite. Stumbled into the live. What are the details? Okay, so Liz, this is an online cooking class. I have teamed up with RedEye Coffee, and I'm Chef Nikki. We do these meal kits every week. This week is a coffee-crusted flat iron steak with an au jus cream sauce. We also have mashed potatoes and bacon, balsamic roasted Brussels sprouts. And right now we have just finished cooking our steaks, and now we're gonna make our cream sauce. All right, anybody else got any questions? Are we cooking? Get my jelly jar. Putting plastic wrap on the steaks. Yeah, I do that just to kind of trap so that the towel doesn't touch the steaks. Oh, for dinner next week. Okay, so for dinner next week, we're gonna do breakfast for dinner. So we are gonna do the tiramisu French toast. We are gonna do, I'm working out with Register Sausage to use their little sausage links. So that's a local sausage. We're gonna do an omelet tutorial. So we'll do like an omelet workshop, and I think maybe a tomato salad. What does that say? Barbie. Could a similar process be done with portobellas? Yeah, you could do portobellas. A lot of people grill their portobellas, but you could probably do a coffee crusted portobello. Balsamic tastes really good with portobellas as well. But yeah, you could sear it up in the pan. Yeah, I love mushrooms. Yeah, so breakfast for dinner next week. Yes, leave the drippings. Remember, the drippings are what we call fond, F-O-N-D, fond. So that's why I give you a little bit of au jus on the side, but we have a good amount in there. We're just going to use a little bit of this jus. So if you guys are all caught up, we'll move on to the sauce. If not, no worries. I will entertain you with my whisk guitar and play a little ditty I learned on the open seas. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. Mr. Alex would love the breakfast menu. Mr. Alex. Yeah, the breakfast menu is going to be fun. We've been wanting to do that one. It's going to be decadent, so it's almost like desserts included. It will be a little bit healthy because of the omelets and stuff. We will, one of my favorite things to do is make omelets, so yeah, it's going to be cool. We're going to do a little tutorial. Maybe we'll even go into the Japanese omelet, how to make that. So I'll demo it. It's not everybody's favorite, but some people like it. Americans, we really like our eggs cooked. We're like, the egg has to be cooked. If not, it freaks us out. Oh, you guys are Alex and Alex. Okay. Wow, what's that like? Okay, Danny's ready for her sauce. Rhonda's been to Backwoods. She got mushrooms, not to mention fresh and local art. Or Orchard Pond. Yeah, Orchard Pond now has a drive-through farm stand. So you order on, I think you can order until Friday, and then you pick up on Saturday. And you just drive through. They have your stuff. You give them your name, and boom, they put it in your trunk. Good stuff. Okay. All right. So if everybody's ready. Yeah, a little bit a little bit healthy because of the omelets and stuff. Whatever. I'm just, I'm just over here, entertaining. All right, so we're gonna make this sauce. Are y'all ready? Emily, how you doing, girl? How's it going? Haven't heard from Elizabeth too. Elizabeth, how you doing? Give us a shout. Barbie. Drive-thrus are fantastic, yeah. Alex. She's venturing out of the Tallahassee Farmers Market on Saturday with your mask. Yep, wear the masks. Gotta have them. Let's not have a false sense of safety. It's still gotta wear those masks. All right, let's sauce it up. Here we go. So if you took your pan out of the oven, you're gonna want to have a towel so you don't burn your little paw. Okay. Here's Oliver drinking his Wawa. All right, we're gonna put, I don't know, about half of this au jus in the pan, and we're gonna reduce that. So we want it to evaporate. We're just loosening up all the goodies on the bottom, and while that's evaporating, we're gonna cut 3 tablespoons off of this little thing of butter here. So we're just gonna cut like little chunks like that. Okay, and that's gonna finish our sauce. It's called Mounted with Butter, or Monty Aubert. That's just the lovely finish of this sauce. It's an advanced maneuvering, but I'm gonna guide you through it. You're gonna love it. All right, so we're gonna reduce this to almost to where it's like a syrup, because that's gonna be like a base of this sauce, because the only other liquid that's going in here is heavy cream. Oh, Elizabeth Thompson having a family affair. That's awesome. Okay, what I just put in the pan, Jesse, was half of the au jus. Put half of that in there. We're going to reduce it down almost to where it's a syrup. Okay, Christy, she's behind. Steak is ready. Everybody else wants theirs well done. So you're waiting a couple more minutes. That's okay. That's okay. So I have half of the au jus in the pan, and I'm reducing it till it's almost like a syrup. And I'm just going to stir while I'm doing that. What'd you miss, Rhonda?
Alex wants to know what heat that's on, medium high.
Oh, it's medium high. Yeah, medium high. So as you see, it's drying out. That's what's called au sec, A-U-S-E-C, or like of dry. So we're cooking this part, what's called au sec, dry. Ever notice that champagne say demi-sec, D-E-M-I? Demi means partially, sec means dry, partially dry, so it's partially dry champagne. When you cook sauces, and you don't want this liquid to water down your sauce, you reduce it au sec, almost dry. Okay, so mine's almost dry, and I can wait if you guys need me to wait. You guys eat the potatoes. That's so funny. So Jamie's family is eating the potatoes just like as an appetizer. That's okay, man. You keep these in courses like Italian people. Okay. Let's see. Alex accidentally put all the butter in the potatoes. Okay. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's not gonna make or break the sauce. It's just something lovely at the end. But if you don't have it, it's fine. Or maybe you have some in your fridge you could use. Okay, we're gonna wait. Corinne's saying wait. Emily's saying wait. We're gonna wait. That means I'm gonna fill my jelly jar with wine. Let's see, what stories can we tell? Some of them have to be edited from my days at sea on the yacht. Fun stuff. Potatoes are yummy. All right, we're waiting. We're waiting. Yeah, gotta hit the jelly jar. You know, if I gotta wait, I'm hitting the jelly jar. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, all right. I think I'm caught up with all the chats. The jelly jar is just like, I don't know. It's really just like a little mason jar, and it's the right size, and I just made a habit of it. And Italian people, like, we often will just grab whatever glass is nearby. It could be like a little juice glass or something like that, and that's what you drink out of for your wine. So I just got into the habit of drinking out of a little jelly jar, and now it's just kind of fun. It's like, get the jelly jar, put wine in it. Every Thanksgiving, this thing is glued to my hand, man. And Thanksgiving is like a Super Bowl for me. So like I start cooking days in advance. I brine my turkey. I shoot it full of duck fat. I talk to, it's like a whole, I just love it. I love a house full of people and all the chaos and fun. And I'm in my slippers and I'm cooking and I'm sweating and I'm going crazy, and I have my jelly jar, and we make a big gallon of homemade eggnog every year, and it's just, I love it. It's just fun. We open up the windows and everything. Oh, shout out to Mima. Hey Mima, I'm so happy that you're here with us, like hanging out and enjoying the company and all that kind of stuff. And so love you tons, Mima, and thanks for watching. Yeah, it's my Super Bowl. Jessie knows. That's my sister-in-law. She knows that Thanksgiving is my Super Bowl. Okay, let's see. Hey, I can't see. Where would you visit? How long have you? Oh, okay. So how long was I on? Okay, so I worked on a boat called Utopia. It was a 240-foot fed ship, which is a big boat. And we did our summers in the Mediterranean and our winters in the Caribbean, and we even went to like the Galapagos and stuff like that. So it was a international boat. We docked sometimes in West Palm Beach, actually, of all places on Earth. For in the off season, but we would do two crossings a year. We would cross from West Palm Beach to Spain and be in Europe for 4 months, and we'd go to Italy and France and all kinds of fun places, and Greece and stuff, and then we'd hang out in Spain for a while, and then we'd go back to West Palm Beach, and then we go to the Caribbean and go all over those islands and stuff in the winter time, and that's what we did. I lived on that boat for 2 years. For 2 years, I lived on that boat. Let's see. This past year, you ran the turkey trot, and then went to Whole Foods for the last minute meal. Yeah, you won't catch me at a marathon on a. You won't catch me on a marathon on Thanksgiving. There's no way I'm doing that. But Mazel Tov. I'm very. That is fantastic. The level of activity is commendable, and I just am. I'm not built of that stuff. I'm built of the stuff that eats duck fat. So. Okay, when you did your sauce, was the whole bottom. What? We did your sauce was the whole bottom where the steaks were burnt. Well, they're not burnt, hopefully. Hopefully they're caramelized, Emily. But yeah, all the junk on the bottom, we're keeping that on there because the thing is, that's what's called fond, F-O-N-D. All that stuff down there is what we want as the base of our sauce. So we're keeping all that stuff from the steaks. Yes, Emily, don't wash the pan. Your son is using this for his culinary project this week. He had to choose between steak and sushi for this. Oh, perfect! That's awesome. Tell him to reach out if he has any questions or if he needs any direct quote from Chef Nikki. Okay, so are you guys with me on the sauce? Have you already reduced your au jus to where it's dry? Supposed to be at a restaurant. The reservation changed. I knew it would have been closing. I would not. I can't see the rest. I'm sorry. My moderator is out entertaining our puppy because he's a crazy maniac right now, and I can't push the button because it's too far. Your sauce isn't drying. Let it go. Keep it going. Keep it going. It should be kind of. Well, you can't really see because of the black pan. You don't want it to where it's totally gone. You just want a little bit of residue left on the bottom. But it'll keep reducing once we add the cream. So I'm going to go ahead and add the cream. And I don't want this super duper hot. And remember, this is heavy cream, this one. Hold up to the pan. See, the thing is, you can't really, there's nothing really, I mean, I can hold it like this, and nothing, I mean, it's just kind of like going to the bottom there. There's just a little bit of moisture, left. And then we're gonna add the heavy cream. And I'm gonna use a spatula to get this, because this is good stuff. Here comes Oliver. Everybody,
Brace yourself.
yeah, brace yourselves. Here he comes. Tongue's hanging out of his mouth. He's going crazy. So we're gonna reduce this cream by half as well, so that it thickens up to what we call nappe, or it coats the back of a wooden spoon. So that's called, the thickness is called nappe. So we have, look at the color. The color changed from white to this like caramel color because of, you know, the fond, the F-O-N-D fond that's left on the pan after we finish the steaks. Alex is asking questions on RedEye, and I can't see the rest of her questions because
Okay,
it's...
she said, this past year, I ran the turkey trot and then went to Whole Foods for a last-minute meal. Plans changed last minute and I made it work. New to cooking holiday meals. Think about reserving a turkey with Paradise Farms though. Learning to prepare in advance. We were supposed to eat at a restaurant and the reservation changed. If I knew I would have been cooking, I would not have ran.
Oh, that's the rest of... I was telling her that, you know, I'm not made of the stuff that runs on Thanksgiving.
I've done it a couple times.
Jen's actually got the T-shirt from it. Yeah, she did the things where, you know, you work the legs and push the body to you know, and you make the sweat happen. I just don't do that on a holiday.
Emily asked,
I don't really do it on a Wednesday either, but whatever.
when you did your sauce, was the whole bottom where the steaks were burnt?
Yeah, we worked that out.
Oh, okay.
We learned it's not burnt, it's caramelization.
Uh-huh.
All right, you guys with me on this sauce? It should be bubbling. We're reducing, and we're not gonna go too far, but we are gonna stir, and I'm gonna cut mine off, and I'm gonna show you what nappe means. Nappe is when you can coat the back of a spoon. Okay, I'll show you guys on RedEye first. You drag your finger through. See that line? That's called nappe. That's how you know your sauce is ready. And over here, I really hope I don't drip this on my computer, but can you guys see that? There you go, like that. And I'm gonna drag my finger over the spoon. See that line? That's called nappe.
Kim says the sauce is still soupy.
Keep reducing.
And Rebecca wants to know, will the coffee rub be available?
For sale?
That's a good question.
That's like, what a good looking question, Rebecca. As of yet, the only spice that I sell is pro seasoning. I don't know. I mean, the next one that I make will probably be a steak rub, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll post the ingredients for the coffee rub so that you can make it yourself. I think that's okay. So there you go. Final answer, I'm going to post the recipe for that.
Daniela said, can you hold up the pan to the camera so we can see the consistency of the sauce? Can you
Yes.
get that one?
Or we could bring the camera to the pan.
Rebecca says, yes, for sale.
She says what?
Yes, for sale.
Yes, for sale. I'll put it up. I'll put the recipe up, and then maybe you guys can make it yourself. All right, here we go. Can you see that, Daniela? See how thick that is? Try not to burn my armpit.
Adam says, this has been awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay.
Alex says, yes, I love a Java rub.
You have more cream. Should you add more? Yeah, you should. Okay, so the what's in the pan is just the little bit of au jus that we reduced to almost nothing. Then we put our cream in and reduce that to where it's thick enough to coat the back of a spoon, and you can draw your finger through, and it makes a line. That's called nappe.
All right, sauce quick tips. Our sauce definitely didn't come out right. I have more cream. Should I just add more?
Add the cream and reduce. Just reduce.
Barbara said, or RedEye can sell it, question mark.
Or RedEye could sell it. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's talk about that.
All right. The next thing we do, once we have our sauce thick, is we add a little bit of butter at a time. This is called mounted with butter or Monty Aubert. And I'm just doing a little bit at a time. And I have no heat on. When you add the butter for Monty Aubert, you add it with no heat. No heat. Take your pan off the heat. Otherwise, you will have your sauce will break and it'll be like an oil slick. So Tracy, keep reducing until it's thick. If you had extra cream, add that extra cream and keep reducing. And then the last part is we're going to do these little chunks of butter. Mounted with butter. Doesn't that sound lovely? And the butter's got to be cold. That would work. Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Rebecca. Okay, Daniela sees the sauce. Tracy, let us know how you're doing. Reduce, reduce, reduce till it's thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. And I'm putting my last little bit of butter in there. This sauce is ridiculous. And then I'm gonna plate one and show you guys. Okay, good, Tracy, all right. We're with you, girl, so don't worry. We're gonna hang with you. We're gonna get that sauce going. It's really just reducing it till it's thick. Oh, see, we don't, so the thing is, we don't know how to ship the kits at a reasonable price, and like, we haven't gotten there yet. But who knows, maybe we could be the next Blue Apron, and it's like the odd couple of businesses, like a chef and a coffee shop got together. Made a meal kit. And, you know, and you can put some of this jus, oops, which I just spilled. This stuff that came off your steaks. Put that in your sauce.
Jamie says, oh my God, this sauce.
Yeah, right?
And Corinda says, the sauce is the boss.
Sauce boss, baby.
Ronnie said, thanks for mounted with butter tip. I made a wonderful sorrel sauce because of you.
Ah, fantastic. I saw your sauce. I saw it with the tuna. China. All right, we're going to plate. Here we go. Because all our food's done. Okay. So
Generally when you do
get
that.
this stuff out of the way. Put this here. Here we go. Just put my fingers on that. And
Jamie said, thank you, Julie Ann Provis Fisher, who purchased this for us since she's out of town.
ah, Miss Julie. Okay, so you guys know my rule. Carbohydrates in the middle of the plate.
Kim wants to know how thin is the sauce, sorry.
Mine just actually thinned out a little bit because I put some jus in there, but it should still be enough to coat the back of a spoon. And so now I'm gonna take my steak. Look at that, it's like a ramp, like it's taking off. See that? Bloody beautiful. Okay? And then we're gonna put some of these beautiful Brussels sprouts with this bacon, like around the side there, like that. Okay? You guys see that? Gorgeous. And now our sauce. Sauce boss. Get another spoon. Be happy. Here comes the sauce, baby. Holy schmazolies! That is I mean, that's date night stuff right there, guys. Like, what in the what? No, we're all gonna go on Chopped, Daniela, because we all cook this stuff together. We're going as a group. A one for all for one. Okay, so, ooh, we're getting hearts. I gotta take a picture of this so I never forget this moment.
Talk about next week? Anything for next week we need to discuss as a group?
Yes, next week, we already started talking about next week, which is breakfast for dinner. We are doing, we're doing the, I'm laughing because of what you said, Jesse, about this. It's sort of healthy because of omelets. We're doing breakfast for dinner. We're doing the tiramisu French toast, so it has a coffee theme with it as well. It's going to be very decadent, delicious stuff. Then we're doing an omelet tutorial, so we're going to make omelets together. We can fill them with all kinds of stuff. And we are going to, what else did we say? Oh, local sausage. Hopefully, if we can work out a deal with a local sausage company. So far, we're working with Register, and because they're local, so we want to keep it in the family and keep it local. So because we want to help as many local businesses as we can in order to get these meal kits. This is a Tallahassee thing. It's not just Nikki and RedEye. It's Nikki, RedEye, and whoever else we can bring with us. Show you guys what kind of food they have. And so. Maybe we can get some local eggs. We're going to try our best to keep it all super local. A tomato salad, I think. So it's like, kind of balanced. But, so it's kind of like breakfast, and then dessert, It's because of the French toast. So sorry again about Oliver and his barking, but he's 5 months old and we're trying to work it out. Kim will post the tickets. We usually do it either Friday or Saturday, depending on when we get answers back from different, companies and stuff. So Friday or Saturday, definitely by the end of the weekend, the tickets will be posted. It's going to be cost effective. We're trying for around $35. So dinner for four is great for that. It's the same deal, hangout session, us chatting, making food, making some good stuff, and just like it's the same platform. Okay, so let's see here. Your dad, we'll eat that next week. Awesome. Thank you for joining me, guys. It looks like y'all are ready to wrap up. I'm gonna read the last little bit of comments. Kim says, love y'all. Jesse says, love Chef Nikki and RedEye Coffee, ready for next week. You guys we really appreciate all the support y'all have given, and we know that, it's, you could be doing other things with your time and your money, and we appreciate you guys hanging out and joining in on the fun every week. I hope you learned something. I had that, let's put the cow graphic back up. Put the cow graphic back up so you guys can see. Remember, we learned something, huh? This is our cow. Okay, this is a learning experience, right? We learned where the chuck is from right here, and that's where our steak came from. So, so thanks for joining us, guys. We really appreciate y'all coming in every week. And if if you need to take a break, we're not it's okay. You guys got stuff to do, but we hope you join us. All right. Barbie says, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I think you guys are awesome. So all that back at you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate my wife for being so patient with our dog and reading the comments and stuff like that. Barbie, you were in here earlier. We gave you a shout out because I really appreciate all the procurement you have to do throughout the week, and I'm aware that it's a lot of running around for everybody, and I just appreciate the work that you put into that. So thanks for joining, guys, and also, don't forget, you can buy my pro seasoning at chefnikki.net. That's Nikki with 2 Ks. You can also get it at RedEye Coffee. You can get it at the Orchard Pond drive-through farm stand. Also, I have a YouTube channel called Nikki Talks Food. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so please keep subscribing. It costs nothing to do it. You just have an email address, make an account on YouTube, and it helps me a lot to keep continuing making content for you guys to learn and enjoy food. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and that's it. You guys have a great night. I hope everything came out perfect, and show us your pictures. Send us your pictures. All right, guys, thanks.